transition to tech as a cloud engineer without a tech background. So you're welcome to tonight's session. I'm so happy to have you all here tonight as we journey in tonight's session. So you're welcome. I am Omiyale Yomi Martins. I'm a tech trainer. I'm a pastor, and I am the founder of Ajayi Consulting Limited. You're welcome to tonight's session, and I will be with you tonight and with a few of our students who will also be coming here to share their experience with the training. So you're welcome. So let's get into it. The agenda for tonight is very simple: how to transition to tech, the cloud and DevOps engineer without a tech background. How to transition to tech, the cloud and DevOps engineer without a tech background. So here's the agenda for tonight's session. Number one, who am I? And that is myself. Who am I? Right? You get to know more about me as we proceed. A brief overview of digital consulting. Brief overview of digital consulting. We'll find out about that, what digital consulting is about. We get to know that. What is digital consulting about? Number three, why tech? Why tech? I will find out about that. Why tech? Why tech? Why transition to tech? And to tech? Why cloud? So we'll get to know that. Why tech? Why transition to tech? Why cloud and DevOps? That is very important to find out. Just a minute. Okay, just a minute. Why tech? Why transition to tech? Why cloud and DevOps? Number four, what exactly is cloud and DevOps? What exactly is cloud and DevOps engineering? What exactly are they? And number five, how to transition to tech as a cloud and DevOps engineer. How to transition to tech as a cloud and DevOps engineer. Transition to tech as a cloud and DevOps engineer. And number six, next steps. Next steps is the digital way. The digital way. The digital way, that's next steps. Number seven, question and answer. Question and answer. Right, question and answer. Question and answer. So that is the agenda for tonight. Okay, that's the agenda for tonight, question and answer. Right. Okay, so that being said, once again, I want to welcome you to tonight's session. And just a minute. Okay, question and answer. Right. So let's get into it. Who am I? Right. So let's get to know about me. Then we can talk about digital later. So let's get into this. You're welcome. Compliments of the season. Sorry, I was so consumed with the outline that I didn't wish you all an happy Boxing Day or an unboxing day, as they call it. So, who am I? Who am I? Okay, so I am Aelu Martins. Like I said earlier, I'm a pastor. I'm a real estate developer, and I'm a tech trainer. I pastor Household of King's Church at Ojudubega, Lagos. Okay, so that being said, let's get into this. So in case you see me outside, this is what I look like. In case you see me, this is what I look like. Right here. This is what I look like. This is me right here. This is me in the church. This is me right here. Okay, so that's it. This was me a few years back at a real estate conference. This was at a tech program. This was during COVID. This was at a tech program during COVID. As you can see, this was immediately after COVID, right there. So that's that about me. Let me also share this with us. This would help. Just to do this briefly, this will help a lot, to go a long way. So let's get into it right away. Okay. So yeah. So I have a small slide here that I used to talk about myself. So for those of you who are wondering that, oh, this tech thing, can I transition to tech without a tech background? I didn't study computer science in school. I didn't study computer engineering in school. How can I do this? Relax, right? Relax. I trained as a tax consultant. I worked as a tax consultant for over 6 years. I worked in the bank, then I worked in tax accounting for 6 years. So out of university, I had 7 years experience in the banking and financial services and consulting sector. That's 7 years. But right now, I'm a tech trainer. So you don't have to have a tech background. And when the students come tonight, they will share their stories with you. So if you are here and you didn't do anything tech, anything IT related, and you want to transition to tech, you are in the right company. You are in the right company. You are in the very right company. So who am I? Like I said, I worked at a multinational Big Four tax and auditing firm. I was there for 5 years, 2013 to 2018. In 2018, I got a job as a senior tax accountant with the largest indigenously owned Nigerian oil exploration and production company. And I was there from December 2018 to February 2020. I'm a pastor and I lead digital consulting. So this is me right here. This is me right here, my lovely wife. This is me. I was at the start of the church, at the beginning of the church, right? So that's that about that. So that being said, let's get into the next agenda. So by now, I believe you know a lot about me already. So that is done and dusted. And if you want to know more about me, you can go on Instagram and you can also go on Facebook and you get to know a whole lot about me. Let's see, Instagram. So you can go on Instagram and search Aelu, right? And you'll be right there. Okay, but we don't have time for that tonight. Hey, so let's go to the next thing. What's the next thing on the agenda tonight? Next thing on the agenda. So who am I? Next thing is overview of digital consulting. Who are we? So what is digital consulting about? So for those of you who are just getting to know about us, we have been around since 2020. Since 2020. And let me tell you about my journey. So I got the oil and gas job in 2018 December, and I started work. And in the midst of that, I began to dabble into tech, began to study tech, went for a lot of trainings, a lot of programs, a lot of boot camps, certifications here and there. So by October 2019, which was like 10 months after I gotten the oil and gas job, the money I was making from my tech side also was double my salary as an oil and gas worker. And then I got allowances in dollars, and I was making from my side also. In that month of October, my side also was giving me double my salary. So at that point, I began to plan my exit, because I felt that if I was giving this side also just 2 days in the week, Saturdays and Sundays, then when I get back from work around 7 o'clock, I invested into my tech stuff, and I was already doing double my salary. What if I just go all in, right? So from that October, I just started to make my plans on how to exit, right? So I resigned, and when I resigned, I started to teach other people what I had learned, right? And that was how Digital started. So Digital started in 2020. I started from a passion to impart knowledge, right? I had gotten my own financial freedom and financial independence. And now, by the grace of God, Digital has now helped a lot of people to do the same. Tonight, many of our students will be here to talk to you about what they've done. So from 2020 till now, we have trained thousands of students, and we have helped thousands of students to transition to tech, to get their first tech job, to set up tech-enabled businesses, to get tech opportunities, and it goes on and on. So Digital operates in 3 continents. We operate in Africa, which is the training you are watching right now, the Nigeria region. We operate in Europe, which is United Kingdom and other parts of Europe. And we operate in North America, Canada, and United States of America. Now, the beautiful thing is that for those of you who are watching tonight, no matter where you are watching from, whether you are from the Europe region or you are from North America, we are going to be giving you an opportunity tonight that will, like, this opportunity is a once in a year opportunity. So just wait for it. So that is Digital for you. At the moment, we have over 70 staffs across various line of businesses, tutors, career coaches, teaching assistants, admin staffs, and the rest of it. So it's a very big organization, and we are into tech training, right? But don't take my word for it. Don't just take my word for it. Let's find out how true these things are. Because whenever we talk about tech trainings, there are people who say things like, oh, this tech training thing, I have attended a training before in an organization, and they just talked and talked and talked and talked, and at the end of the day, it was nonsense. So let's make this interactive. If you have attended a tech training in the past, or you know people who have attended a tech training in the past, online or physical, and it was just absolute nonsense, like they didn't get anything out of it, can you please raise your hand? Right? It's either you know people, or you personally have attended tech trainings in the past and nothing came out of it. It was just rubbish. Can you just please raise your hand, right? So many people always have this thing, this tech training institute, that is what they will say, that is what they will do, right? So is Digital like that, or are we different? Don't take my word for it. Let's find out. Let's find out ourselves, right? Because every man will declare his righteousness, but a faithful man who can find. A faithful man who can find. So let's find out. So let's go to Google reviews. Let's go to Google reviews, and let's do that right away. Now, the first thing is to check out our reviews on Google. And these are students of Agital. And you should know the rule of the game. You should know the rule of the game. If you do a bad job, you will have a lot of bad reviews. If you do a good job, you're not going to have a lot of good reviews because people will feel like that was what I paid for. So why should I go beyond that, right? But look at us. We have here 164 reviews. I want you to take your time, whenever you have time, and go through these reviews. Look at what students have to say about us, right? These are not even things we push. These are things people just do on their own. If we were to be pushing it, we'll be having a whole lot of reviews here. So that's the first thing. Check out the reviews. Check out the reviews on Google, right? So that's the first thing. That's the very first thing here. So check out the review. Just go on Google, digital consulting reviews, and you see a lot of reviews. You see a lot of reviews right here, right? So we go on. Now, the second thing is, let's go to right? Let's go to LinkedIn. Let's go to LinkedIn. So we've checked the reviews. The next thing is, what do our students have to say about us? What do our students have to say about us? Right? That is Google. Now, next thing is, let's go to LinkedIn. Who are our students? Who are they? Who are our students? Who are they? Okay. So how do you do this? You're on LinkedIn right now. And let's look. We just do digital consulting on LinkedIn. Digital consulting on LinkedIn. And once we get to LinkedIn, I will do post. Post is already there. So this is our students sharing their activities on LinkedIn. So when you go through this, you will see our students. This was a partnership we had with an organization, and they were sharing on LinkedIn. So you can see that. You can see our students. Our training is practical. You can see one of our students displaying the practical training, what the training is about. You can see the profile of our instructors right here. This is another student. So if you spend your time on LinkedIn, right, you could literally spend hours, or even days on LinkedIn, just going through our students, what they are doing, their certification. So you can see here that this is an organization that has a lot of students who are doing well, who have good things to say about the training, right? This is our cloud-based training, what they learned. You can see that, right? Because this is what you need to do. So when people say things, oh, all the boot camps, oh, they are just all doing nonsense. Yeah, I learned somewhere, I know somebody. Listen, it was because you didn't do your research. And I want to challenge you tonight that if you are going to come into Agital, go around and check Agital out. Check Agital out. Because it's right there. We are not, our result speaks for us. This is one of our students. And it's not just that these students are just showing, many of them have jobs immediately after the training. Some, even because of the training, they've gotten jobs, they've gotten internships, they've gotten consulting jobs. So it's on, you can see that I will just keep scrolling. I could, but I have a lot of important things to do tonight. But I could just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I wouldn't just exhaust this. Like this just going to go on. Another thing I want to show you is Instagram. Go to our Instagram page, and our Instagram page, there's a lot of content there as to students who are doing well. So you just have this 360-degree view of Agital. when you get to our Instagram page. So just go to Instagram and search digital consulting. You go to Instagram, you search digital consulting, you are going to be met with a lot of testimonials. A lot of testimonials here. A lot of testimonials. It just keeps coming. Sorry, I wasn't logged in, but let me refresh. So it's digital consulting on Instagram. This is it, digital consulting. The testimonials will just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. Right. Then the last way to check about digital, this one, if you have time and you have data, right? If you have time and you have data, you can just check out digital consulting and check us out on YouTube and watch some of our videos. So just do digital consulting. I think this time around it's me on Instagram. Right, yeah. It's me right here on Instagram. So just search Omiyale Yomi on Instagram and you learn more about digital. Right, you learn more about digital. So you want to listen to testimonials? Here we are. Just go to Instagram and search. The other one is my pastor page, but this one is Omiyale Yomi. Right, so you find out our student testimonial, MK, Tina, Mary, Adeyemi Paul. You see all these testimonials there. Mitope Ojo just goes on and on. That is if you have data. Right? So that being said, I think by now you can write a book on digital. By now you can write a book on digital. So I've given you an overview of digital. Google, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. So if you want to listen to a lot of testimonials, just go to YouTube. Instagram, you have all the job testimonials there. LinkedIn, you see the quality of the student, you see where they are, you see what they are doing. Google, you get the reviews. So we are not afraid of anything. Digital, you know, you even get a lot of information about us, right? So that being said, enough of who I am, enough of who digital is. If you want me to continue, can I see your hands? I need to be sure. I need to be sure. Happy Boxing Day once again to you all. Do you want me to continue tonight's session? Right. Okay. Oh, a lot of people want me to continue. Okay. I was thinking of just ending it here. Ending it here and going to sleep. Okay. So you all want me to continue. So the next question here is why tech? Why transition to tech? Why cloud and DevOps? Why tech? Why transition to tech? Why cloud and DevOps? And I would share a slide with you to bring this home, to explain this much better. So I will share a slide. So just hold on. My slide will be on shortly. Why tech? Why transition to tech? Why cloud and DevOps engineering? Why cloud and DevOps engineering? Ready? Why cloud and DevOps engineering? Why not business analysis? Why not project management? Why cloud engineering? So here we go. Let's go. Now here we are. Why tech? Why tech? Listen to me, people. By the grace of God, I run an organization of over 70 staff at the moment, and we have trained thousands of students. This year alone, we have trained thousands. This year alone. And we have thousands of students who have successfully transitioned to tech in Nigeria, in Europe, in North America. Now, and no matter what you have heard, I can tell you for a fact that it is very possible to be a novice in tech today, December 26, 2025. You are a novice. The only thing you know how to do is you can operate a laptop. You just have basic computer literacy. You are a novice. You don't know programming. You don't know cloud. The only thing you know about the cloud is the cloud up there. And in 6 months, you are working for multinational organizations. In 6 months. You hear what I said? In 6 months, you are from today, you are an absolute novice. You can only operate laptop, maybe use Microsoft Word or just browse. And in 6 months, you are working for a multinational organization. It is not rocket science. It is something that we have done over and over and over and over and over. It's like Messi scoring a penalty or a free kick. So it's no longer a strange thing. And some of you know, why is this man so confident? Relax. I will show you why, but just hold on. First of all, why am I so confident? It's because there are opportunities in IT to start with. There are opportunities in IT. You say, but I know somebody that did a training with an organization and several he has still not gotten a job. True. There are opportunities in IT for people who have the needed skill. There are both, as in, there are opportunities for people who have the needed skill. So it's not about, oh, if you have the skill, you will have the opportunity. The reason why those people don't have the opportunity is because they don't have the skill. That's number one. Number two, in IT, there's potential for remote jobs, flexible jobs, freelancing, a shortcut into making 6-digit income. Now, let me now shock you with this. This will shock you totally. This will just shock you. I have students who studied biology. I have students who study sociology. Just take your time and go to YouTube. Don't bother yourself with the webinar. Just watch anywhere you see a testimonial. Just watch the testimonial. Don't waste your time with the webinar, because my webinars are always what you will hear. There is what I'm telling you now. Focus on the testimonial. Just take your time. I will share some of the testimonials during the course of the week, right? But you will see people who studied biology, sociology, education, botany, language, who are working in tech as cloud and DevOps engineers. So you don't need an IT background. You don't even need a university degree, because we are not talking about becoming a professor here. We are not talking about chemical engineering here. We are talking here about tech. Tech is practical. Tech is project-based. That is what we are talking about here. So you don't need an IT background. You don't need to know programming or Java. All those things are just, they are just ideas. They are just mirage. It's a mirage. It's what people say to stop you from taking advantage of opportunities. That is what they say to stop you from taking advantage of opportunities. Now, more than 26% of IT workers don't hold a degree. And the shocking thing is that there's no age constraint. There is no age constraint. So, just take my word for it. By now, you should have known my style. Don't take my word for it. Don't be scared. It's all these people just bangers, despite all what the government has said. You know, Nigerians, they will always disobey the law. So now, don't take my word for it. Let's go back to LinkedIn. Let's go to LinkedIn. LinkedIn. And when we get to LinkedIn, let's share. Let's look at what I'm saying. Are there really opportunities in cloud? Here we go. Here we go. Are there opportunities in cloud? Go. Right. So now let me shock you now. Let me show. As I just got into LinkedIn right now, guess what I saw? Here's one of my students. Aishat is a cloud infrastructure engineer, and she's just sharing right now that she passed a Microsoft certification just now. Like I just got into LinkedIn right now, and I'm saying this. I think, okay, she shared it 2 weeks ago, but apparently some people are liking it, and it just came up. That is the kind of institution we run. This is Aisha, one of our students. But let me focus on what I'm here to do. Now, cloud engineer jobs. Cloud engineer jobs. Now, let me shock you. When it comes to tech, you are not limited to Nigeria. There are opportunities in Nigeria, but you can get jobs from any part of the world. You can get jobs from Australia. You can get jobs from Ghana. You can get jobs from Nigeria. You can get jobs from Kenya. You can get jobs from Canada. You can get jobs from the United States. You can get jobs from Ireland, from Poland, from Estonia. These are places that we have students who have gotten jobs. So you are not limited to Nigeria. And you can get jobs in Nigeria, of course. But you are not limited to that. Now, so let's look at these cloud engineering jobs. Let's go to jobs. Let's go to jobs, and let's start from United Kingdom. Right? For cloud, they don't really care where you are as long as you have the needed skill. Here we can see this is EMEA, which is Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Right? So let's see, what does these jobs have to do? EMEA, they are open to people from Africa, Middle East. Of course, there will be some jobs that they want people from their region, but there are lots of jobs that they don't care where the person is located, right? So I like telling people the way it is. You will see some jobs on LinkedIn that as you're applying, you will see that, oh, the person has to be from United Kingdom. This person has to be resident here. But there are other jobs on that same platform that they don't really care where you are from, as long as you can deliver the job. Now, just look at all these Kubernetes, AWS, CI/CD, all these things are things that our students can easily knock out. All this DevOps stuff, they can knock it out. No big deal here, right? So 707 jobs here. Let me go deep and let me just do Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure, United Kingdom. 7,459 results. Now let's go to Nigeria. Let's even try Nigeria. $564 results. Right? We could try United States. That would just be too much. That would be too much. So there are jobs. There will always be jobs. 41,000 results for United States. There are jobs. There will always be jobs. 41,000 results for United States. You can't beat that. So, because we have a long way to go, let me go back to my slide. Now, before I go back to my slide, another thing I want to answer, another question I need to answer tonight is another set of people who have it at the back of their mind that, listen, Pastor, I like what you are doing good stuff, right? But I am not young. I'm not in my 20s. I'm in my late 30s. I'm in my 40s. I'm even in my mid 40s. Can this really work for me? I think this tech thing is for these computer whiz kids, right? So don't take my word for it again. Let me show you Bookie Right. Let me show you Bookie Right. Bookie Right transition to tech. Bookie Right is a Nollywood actress. In the past, I used to call her ex-Nollywood actress. But now she's no longer an ex-Nollywood actress because she's back to acting. And Bookie Right left acting at the age of 44. He went into tech. If you have time, you can go through it. Like just if you have time. She left acting at the age of 44 from an acting career, went into tech, became a senior tech professional in the US, then came back to acting. Currently, she's still working as a tech professional, and she's combining it with acting. So if you are not too old to transition to tech, because in tech, they don't care about your age, they don't care about your race, they don't care about your sex. What matters in tech is, can you deliver? Can you do the job? Can you do the job? Once you can do the job, we are good to go. Once you can do the job, we are good to go. So these are just mental barriers. The another thing I want to handle before I go back to my slide here is that if you are watching me tonight and you have the intention of relocating in 2026 from Nigeria, or you are watching me and you are watching from outside Nigeria, please raise your hand. I have a very important piece of information for you tonight. Something that has blessed a lot of lives and will bless your life. You have the intention of relocating in 2026 from Tinubu's Nigeria, or you are watching me from outside of Nigeria. Kindly raise your hand. Okay, I think I have a lot of people who are into that category. Okay, so let me drop this. Listen and listen well to me. We have a lot of students in Europe and a good number of students in North America, Canada, and United States. And many of them are juggling their, in Nigeria, we talk about 9 to 5. Over there, most times is always 8 to 8 or 6 to 6. When you are there, you will understand what I mean. It's shift jobs, 8-hour shifts, 10-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, depending. And when they get to that terrain, they understand that there are care jobs, there are other restaurant jobs, unskilled jobs, right? And there's dignity in labor, it pays the bills. But they understand that if I keep doing this job, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, I will be on this level. Nothing is going to change. I will work, make money, pay bills, go back to work, pay money, pay bills, you know, so it's a vicious circle. And sorry to say, there are people who have been in that circle that 5 years abroad, 10 years abroad, 15 years abroad, 20 years abroad, people begin to ask them, what have you been doing with all these years that you have been abroad? They have been alive and they have been busy paying bills. So many of these people, they've seen the roadmap. They've seen people who have been abroad. If you want me to keep talking about this, you can raise your hand. If you are not interested, maybe I should face what you are doing. If you want me to talk more about this, can you raise your hand? If you want me to explain more about these things, okay, I think there's a good number of people who are interested. Okay, good. Now, they've looked at people ahead, people they met there, who have been there for 10 years, 15 years. And they can see that 10 years here, 15 years here, 20 years here, this is what you have been doing. And I'm coming in here, hope in the next 10, 15 years, my life will not be like this. So many of them now realize that tech pays higher and there is career progression in tech. You can start a tech job with £30,000 per annum or £35,000 per annum. A year, 18 months, 2 years down the line, you get another tech job. Or you start with business analysis. 2 years after, you are moving into cloud, you are moving into Devops, right? So they realize that there is career trajectory in tech, there is promotion, there is opportunity. You can even get jobs from outside your country. So they've seen that, oh, the people in tech, they are doing much better. They are buying cars, they are buying houses, they are doing all these things. So I will do what I have to do. Because this is the reality. I'm telling you, there are people which might not be very legal, but there are people who do 2 to 3 tech jobs abroad. So they go all out and say, this is what I have to do. But here's a challenge. They're having to juggle their work with the skill, with learning the skill. And at times it could be challenging. But many of them pull through and they get jobs. And they reach out to us and we share their testimonial. We are proud of them. But for you, who is about to leave Nigeria, you see, by the grace of God, one of the greatest joys I have as a tech trainer, which is why, you see, no matter what, I will always be a tech trainer. Always. Because nothing thrills me when I have this kind of webinar and I see, I have another webinar for another thing entirely for the United Kingdom coming up very soon. And they are definitely paying way higher. So whatever you are paying tonight is 50%, right? Those ones are paying way higher than what you'll be paying. So if you are here and you're in the United Kingdom, luckily for you, you are getting a 50% discount on whatever we are doing tonight. And there are a lot of our students are very, oh, these guys, they've gotten jobs, they are coming up to share their experience. It thrills me. But if you're in Nigeria right now, and your plan is to relocate in 2026, please, I beg you, while you are planning your relocation, while you are busy doing your IELTS, you are getting your passport, you are doing all your processing and everything, please start learning tech now when you have all the time on your ends. It's work. People work abroad, though. That's what they do. They work. That's the only thing they do there. So start learning the tech skill now. Like I've seen people who were learning the skill before they left. By the time they got there, a few months down the line, they have gotten something. Some of them messaged me and said, sir, yes, I did this, I did it. Sir, I have a brother, I want him to learn from you. So there is, you see, there is a way to do things. And by the grace of God, digital has mastered that way. So I think I'm done with that. I'm done with that. So let me go back to my slide. I just have to give you that piece of advice. At the end of the day, the difference between success and failure in life is the quality of information that you have. Quality of information that you have. So the CV. So I'm going to walk you through this, actually. I'm going to walk you through this. But before that, let me go back to this slide here. And I've explained. So now the next thing is why tech, why transition to tech, I've explained to you. Then why cloud and DevOps? Why cloud and DevOps? Why tech? Why transition to tech? Why cloud and DevOps? Why cloud and DevOps? Why cloud and DevOps? Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay. So let me do this through Netflix. Let me do this through Netflix. Netflix. Netflix, Netflix, Netflix. I always love this Netflix example. Right. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, good. So here we go. Sharing this. Here we go. Here we go. Here we are. So now this is Netflix. And how does Netflix operate? Netflix, as they are a movie production company, they have a lot of movies. And let me search how many movies does Netflix have? How many movies? So just hold on. How many movies are on Netflix? Okay, so Netflix has 3,600 movies, 1,800 TV shows. So that is like 5,400. 5,400. Now, next thing is, how many subscribers does Netflix have? How many subscribers are on Netflix? So there are over 300 million paid subscribers on Netflix. Over 300 million. Now, what that means is that I am trying to access this video, Ottoman Empire, and as I'm watching this documentary right here, there are 300 million people like me accessing various videos on Netflix at the same time. Accessing the 5,400 movies and TV shows on Netflix at the same time. But how come I don't get to Netflix and I click any of these movies? When I click it, I get site cannot be reached. How come if I click this spycraft right now, it opens? Irrespective of what other people are doing, irrespective of that, it is by virtue of cloud computing. And cloud computing is basically sharing resources, which are softwares, processing speed, storage space. Software, processing speed, storage space, sharing of those resources. Now, what Netflix hosts with AWS. So AWS handles the storage of these movies, the processing speed, the software for its execution, while Netflix faces the business of producing movies, the business of subscription, the business of advertising. AWS does what they know how to do best. And many financial institutions in Nigeria, they have their data backed up in the cloud with multiple cloud service providers, not just one, with AWS, with Microsoft Azure. So that if anything happens to their Nigerian operations, business will resume within 24 to 48 hours as if nothing happened. So now the larger Netflix grows, the larger they become, all they just have to do is to buy more subscription. So what cloud does is that cloud allows small organizations to do big things without having to invest into servers, into massive storage space, and the rest of it. Because if you're a small organization, you are just starting and you need this capacity, you have to invest into servers. When you exceed the capacity of that server, as your business grows, you have to buy more servers. Are you assured of 24-hour power supply? Are you assured of security? When you host in Microsoft Azure, you host with AWS, you are assured of security, you are assured of high processing speed, you are assured of reliability, low downtime, if there's downtime at all. So businesses that are growing, businesses that want to scale, they have to invest into cloud service providers, because once their business exceeds a limit, all they just have to do is just to buy more subscription. That's all. They just buy more subscription, right? So that's just it. They just buy more subscription. That's how it works, right? That's how it works. So that is the whole idea of the cloud. That's our best. So cloud is like you are computing as a resource. Computing as a resource. Or let me bring it home. I'm using a laptop right now, and I think my laptop is 1 terabyte. And this is just my laptop, 1 terabyte. Now imagine if I have some files, and those files, each of the files is like 100 gig. And I have maybe 200 of those files. That has exceeded my 1 terabyte. So what it means is that I need to get extra disk space. Extra disk space. Because what I have here is 1 terabyte, but the files I want to put on my system is 2 terabytes. So I get an extra disk space. Along the line, as I'm doing my business, all of a sudden, the files I'm storing has increased to 10 terabytes. The last time I got 4 terabytes. Now I need to get, but if I'm hosting my business with an organization, if I realize, oh, my business needs has increased, all I just have to do is to increase my subscription, and it is cost effective. Cost effective. So that's the whole concept of cloud computing, cloud engineering, right? That's the whole concept of it, right? So that being said, before I bring on Mary tonight to talk to us, Mary is one of our digital alumni, and she'll be talking to us about her journey and what she currently does with us. So let's go on. Now, how to transition to tech as a cloud and DevOps engineer. So at this point, I would conclude and bring on Mary. So there's no long talk here. This is what you just need. And the students will tell you more, but this is what you need. There's no long talk here. First of all, you need a boot camp, right? Project-based boot camp, where you learn practical, you build projects. You build projects. So you need that. Number 2, you need certification. Project-based certification. You need certification. You need project-based certification. So you need that. Don't worry, you will get all that. I will list out those certifications during the course of the week. We'll send it to you so you see the certification. So you need a boot camp. You need project-based certifications. The certifications are not, as you are learning, you are getting the certifications. As you are learning, you are building projects. That is how our training works. Number 3, you need career coaching. What is career coaching? It is one thing to know the skill, and this is the missing link. It is one thing to know the skill. It is another thing. It is another thing to master how to get a job. Now, before I end on this note, let me tell you that for digital, you will learn Microsoft Azure, and you also learn AWS. That is why the training is 6 months. You learn AWS, you learn Microsoft Azure, and we also give you resources on GCP. That's Google Cloud. You need career coaching. What is in career coaching? LinkedIn optimization, interview prep, CV revamp, remote job websites, internship opportunities, cloud communities, right? etc. Right? So at this point, I'll be bringing on Mary to share with us our journey into the cloud. Mary Ajayi, digital alumni, and currently one of our tutors in digital, she'll be sharing her journey into the cloud. This session with Mary will be very interesting. So Mary, I have sent you the request, so you can come on right now. You can come on right now. Hello, Mary, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm very well. And you, sir?
Happy Boxing Day.
It's really a Boxing Day. All right.
How are you
Thank you
feeling
so
now?
much for having me.
I said, how
Ah,
are you feeling now?
yeah, I'm better. I'm better. I've been boxing with my health
Okay.
today. But yeah, I'm
Sorry,
really
you
better.
are healed
Thank
you are healed by his grace, eh?
you.
Okay, so
Amen.
let's get to
All
know
right,
you.
sir.
Yeah, let's get to know you,
All
and
right.
I will ask the other questions as we proceed. Yeah.
All right, all right. Yeah. So good evening, everyone. Hello, wherever you're joining from. Yeah, my name is Mary Ajayi, like Pastor Yomi just said, and I am a cloud DevOps engineer, right? And currently a tutor too with digital consulting. So if I'm gonna let me start with my background, right? I'm a trained teacher, certified teacher. All right. I teach children and adults. And
Mm,
majorly, yeah, and majorly I help beginners, like absolute beginners, move, from the stage of known to unknown in any subject matter. And for adults, that would be cloud and DevOps. All right. So currently, apart from teaching cloud and DevOps, I also work with cloud and DevOps projects, right? I do freelancing, working on cloud and DevOps projects. So yeah, I'm
mm,
excited to be here, right? Because I've seen how cloud skills can really, transform friends. Like when I say friends, I mean you guys that are here, right? So I see,
mm.
transition into tech and they don't know how to go about it, right? So I'm excited to be here to share my journey and let you believe that yes, you can have the same transformation that you actually desire. Yeah, thanks for having me again.
You're welcome. Yeah. So you are a trained and certified teacher. Interesting. Now, so how did you get to know about digital? Let's start from
Okay.
the beginning. How did you get to know about us, and
Yes.
what made you to register for us then?
Okay, so first I came across Ejita's flyer ad. So the flyer ad on Facebook. All right, so I saw the flyer ad, how to transition into tech and some other opportunities on the flyer. So I decided to join. And that time it wasn't even cloud and DevOps. The opportunity was on Microsoft 365 technical support. But I joined the webinar like, my friends here now, and I really liked the offerings. I had to go and reach out to Ejita and be like, I want to learn cloud computing. Like, is this what you offer? Right, because I just liked the packages that I was given. I'm not just going to be taught and left to go and struggle because prior to that time, I was doing web development, right? So I was a web developer, but I struggled a lot, getting permanent jobs, and I just needed that, okay. And something major happened to me then that I just had to like quit web development at that point. And then I decided that, okay, I'm going to forge ahead in my tech, dreams. And then I just knew that, okay, Ejita would give me that. So I made inquiries on cloud and DevOps, and I actually joined the cohort that was on, right? That's how I actually got in to know
Mm,
Ejita and take the course in cloud and DevOps.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so walk us through your journey. How did you break through from a student into working in the cloud? How did you
All
get your
right.
first job, your second job, and subsequent jobs?
All
Right.
right, all right. So yeah, so I got started, learning with Agital, and the first month I was really consistent. I've always been consistent. So the first month I took the learning serious and I was working on my projects. I was always building my portfolio, posting on LinkedIn. I was really active. And then 1 month in the training, I got my first opportunity from Agital, right? Because I was posting consistently. There was a senior, that's Miss Bumi, right? She actually saw me on LinkedIn and she came to my group and be like, oh, who is Mary Ajayi? Because I was really building and posting the things I do on LinkedIn. So she was like, oh, who is Mary Ajayi? Kindly send a DM. So I had to send a DM, and that's how I got my very first opportunity, right, with Agita, working as a teaching assistant. So I was on that, working as a teaching assistant, helping other students. Because prior to that, while I was even learning in my cohort, I was also helping other students, like my friends, the groups I'm in. So it came natural to me that, oh, I'm having this opportunity, to help other students. And I was already doing that naturally, right, without getting paid. So that would be like
Mm,
my first, entry, getting that teaching assistant role with Agita. Then 2 months in later, right, I got my very first, like job from a WhatsApp group. I was telling you, like from a WhatsApp group. I wasn't so sure I was ready to take
mm,
on a job yet. But then I
mm,
saw I was in an AWS group. I think, yeah, in a group, right? And somebody posted a job that would they need an Azure DevOps engineer. Right. So I actually did apply for the role and I got to take an interview with the
mm,
boss there, right? So yeah, so it's very funny because then I turned on my video and the HR guy was like, oh, chatting me on WhatsApp, like you can actually turn off your video, right? But then I didn't see that message in time, but I turned on my video, took the interview, and what stood out for me was a question that was asked, right? They actually asked me what's the hierarchy in Azure. And this was something that my tutor then, taught us, right? The hierarchy in Azure, get started from management groups, subscription, like just how, Azure is actually structured, how it works. So I just explained that, and seeing me explaining that, I actually just got the job, really. I got the job to work with them. So it's a contract role, and I did it for 3 months. And since then, I kept building, I kept getting roles, and also yeah, and also I kept getting jobs, right? Really, I kept getting jobs. At some point, I was one that even declined because I was actually struggling with USA time zone because I really struggled a lot then. So I was looking more towards, UK jobs and also freelance. Yeah, this freelancing worked really well for me, considering that, I'm a mom of 2 kids, family, and I have other things running as well for my teaching. So I just really like that. Okay, I'm on a freelancing basis and I actually do enjoy that. Yeah.
Okay, so that was the journey. Okay, so we're still going to come back to that later, but let's look at the training
Okay.
currently, right? So I've tried a lot to, and that was what I was talking on the last time before I had to bring you in. So can you just describe to the students who are coming in how the digital training structure really works?
Okay.
Teaching assistants, career coach, technical classes, like just break it down to them. You are in the system, so let them know what
Yes, yes.
to expect.
So like I even mentioned earlier, right? I was in a webinar and I saw the offerings. Then I went to make inquiry about cloud and Devops that you guys offer this because I truly, truly admire the package, right? I won't just be taught the practical skills that I need. I also have a teaching assistant that during the week, if I need help with troubleshooting or I'm unable to move forward in a particular project, I chat the teaching assistant, to help you out. So that's one thing that really stood out that I haven't seen in any program yet. Like that's holding by hand and you do hands-on, not theory. So digital is not theoretical at all, right? When you do theory, you do hands-on. And hands-on is what helps you to actually master the skills, right? So we do hands-on, and while we do hands-on, we build our project as well. And that project in turn serves as a portfolio, right? That you can show employers like, oh, I've done this in the cloud, I've done this in the cloud. It makes you not just all talk, but you have a documentation, you have a portfolio that shows the things you've done. So that really actually stood out in terms of hands-on. Then also in terms of career coaching, that's also a very big plus because it's one thing to master the skills, it's another thing to also get jobs, right? Like, you still need someone that guides you on career, how to like revamp your LinkedIn, how to get jobs, maybe through inbound or outbound on LinkedIn, how to position yourself to actually make opportunities look for you, right? Because I actually experienced that as well. On LinkedIn, I have people that chat me up on projects. They'll be like, oh, are you open to take on this DevOps role? And also, I do apply for jobs on LinkedIn. I also connect with recruiters too on LinkedIn. And these are the things I got to learn from career coaching sessions, right? Like, apart from building your portfolio, CV, and all, also certification as well, right? Career coaching also motivates you to take certifications, right? So
Mm,
they share opportunities in career coaching. I have like lots of certifications that I've gotten from career coaching. And I cannot count, but I can say 10 and more because in career coaching we get ins, we get links to take
mm,
certifications, we do certifications. Sometimes we get free vouchers. Vouchers we're supposed to like pay for, we get it for free. Then we study, write the
mm,
exam. Once we pass, you get certified by the cloud provider or if it's GitHub, like so there are a whole
mm,
lot that career coaching actually helped me. It helped me prepare. And while I was preparing, I had like more confidence in my skills, right? Because I was not just doing things that it was passing by. I was doing things, I was documenting, I was seeing results, I was passing exams, I was getting certifications, and those actually made my profile stand out a lot. Like recently, last month, I had some people reach out to me be like, wow, how did I accomplish this on my LinkedIn? Because I can just go to
mm,
my LinkedIn page now and be like, oh wow, I've done this, I've done that. You see my projects, my
mm,
certifications, and those things are rather work in progress, which Edita helps because when you're learning, you're building projects, and you're also encouraged, to post it online, right? To actually build your authority. So I'll call it that. And that's really been awesome. So in terms of teaching assistants, career coaching, Edita just has all of the package, that gives you leverage on all you
mm.
need from start to finish. And that's what actually stood out for me. So yeah.
Interesting. So then the next question I want to ask is, from your cohorts, we've
Okay.
had quite a number of students who, before they finish the cohort or immediately after they finish the cohort, they get opportunities in Nigeria, some even outside of Nigeria. So, what are the reasons for this? What do you think
Okay.
is happening?
Yeah.
Why do they get these opportunities?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so first is there's a friend I would always mention, like this friend didn't even finish the cohort at all, just like 2 months in the cohort, and somebody saw his portfolio, and then the person reached out to him on LinkedIn, and he got a US remote job based on that, right? So what actually helps is they're actually building project. Like you're not just learning for learning's sake, you're learning and you're doing, right? You're actually mastering the skills. And
Mm,
also you're actually working to gain visibility as well. Like I mentioned with the career coaching, right? You're not just building and dumping it somewhere. You're also taught to actually be visible, let people know what you're doing, more like you're sharing your journey, and it actually works, right? So apart from the friend that got a US remote job, there are also other friends that while in the cohorts, right, they got internships, they also got some
mm,
remote jobs because basically, because you're building the things you know, so you actually are mastering the skills, and that's just what stood out because it's easy to get a job only if you know the skill. Like nobody's going to hire you because of something you know theoretically. Are you able to do it? And that's something
mm,
that digital targets or like should be able to master the skills, do the things
mm,
you are taught, and that actually made them really stand out.
mm. Okay, so let's now talk about the area of I don't have a tech background. So, what can you say to people who are trying to come into the program and in their head they are thinking, I don't have a tech background. Am I sure I'll be able to do this? I don't know how to program, I don't know how to code. So, what advice can you give
Okay.
to them based on your experience with
Mhm.
our students? You have worked as a teaching
Mhm.
assistant with us. So, what can you say to
Okay,
such?
so yeah, so first, coding is not necessary, like when it comes to cloud and DevOps, and also having like a background in tech also is not necessary because you're actually taught in such a way that we go from total beginner to like advanced stage, right? So you can come in with just basic operation of your computer. You should just be able to operate your computer, open File Explorer. So in the program, you're going to be trained on the apps you're going to install, you know, how to get things done. So you don't need prior knowledge in tech at all. Just be able to operate your computer, come to class, and you're going to be guided from zero knowledge in tech, right? To actually mastering all the skills you need in cloud and DevOps. So yeah, so yeah, if I'm going to relate this to some of the students I've taught, right? There are students I've taught that did not have any knowledge in tech at all, right? But then
Mm,
just follow through the training. You are taught step by step from the more simple level to the advanced level, and you're definitely going to catch up even without tech background. Yeah, like I
interesting.
also didn't have a tech background as well, right? I mean, I studied nursery and primary education in school. Nursery and primary
Wow.
education, like babies, yeah,
Wow.
primary. Exactly. So
Wow.
it's actually doable.
Interesting. Nursery and primary education. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, so thanks, Mary, for coming around tonight. So Mary is a tutor with Digital Consulting, and if you get into the program, she will teach you as if you are a nursery student, right? And I know
Yes, yes, I do that a lot.
some of your students will talk about that tonight when they come on board. So thanks for coming
Yeah.
around. Do have a lovely time
All
and
right.
take care of yourself. Yeah, bye.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely will. Thank you for
yeah.
having me. Thank you,
You're
sir.
welcome.
Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone. Bye, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I think I'll be bringing on Wisdom. Right, Wisdom is on the call. Wisdom is a teaching assistant and a tutor with Digital Consulting, and is also a cloud professional. All the people that are joining us tonight are working in the industry. They are working, and they all started without a tech background, right? So Wisdom is our student, and now Wisdom is our student and is now doing great things in the cloud. So Wisdom, over to you. Let's get to know you. Yeah.
All right. I'm not sure if I'm visible. Good evening, everyone. Happy
Yeah, good evening.
Xmas.
We can see you. Happy Boxing Day. Compliments of the season.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
yeah, well done.
I'm glad to
Thanks
be
for
here
coming
again.
around at such a short notice because we're not
It's
very
very
sure
fine,
Mary
sir.
will make it, but we called and you responded. We really appreciate that. So let's get to
Thank
know
you very
you.
much, sir.
Who are you? What do you do? Who is Wisdom Bezalel?
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is
Yeah.
Wisdom Bezali, and I'm a cloud engineer.
Mm,
Right? I was trained here at Digital, and
mm,
my background is basically not technical at all. I studied zoology back in school,
oh,
and before then I was never in tech. So, but now I'm a cloud teaching assistant at Digital, and I also have a cohort I train myself, right?
mm,
And
mm,
during my course, Mary herself here was my own teaching assistant while I was a student. So basically, that was it about me.
mm. Interesting. So, how did you get your first tech job? Walk us on that journey. Mm,
Okay, how I got my first tech job? While I was the month I finished my cohort, that was 2024, um, July or June, thereabout. After we passed our Microsoft 8900, digital provided us with voucher to write the exam, and I passed. Right, so I applied for several roles. At our what was it called? Our session, our career coaching session, we taught on how to optimize our CV, our LinkedIn, and all of that. So I structured
mm,
out a very good CV and a cover letter, and I checked for top cloud companies in Nigeria, Abuja and Lagos, right? So they gave me top 10. I collected their career emails, sent them my career letter, my CV and my cover letter, telling them that this is what I have done in cloud, this is where I learned cloud, understanding that digital is reputable also. So they probably have heard of digital. If this guy was trained by digital, we should consider looking at his CV. So I sent
mm,
a number of them, quite a number of them, and I
mm,
got responses, got my feedback, and all of that. I did interviews with some of them, and I got one offer from Layer 3. That was on Island VI. So I got the job and I started working. That same month, Editor also reached out to me to be a career, a coaching, class teaching assistant, right?
yeah.
Because that period I was really documenting my blogs on LinkedIn, Ashnode, everything I was doing was there. If you check, I ensure that I was out there. If you type my name on Google, they are going to tell you that this guy is a cloud guy. That was it. So I was just out there putting myself out there, putting out content, putting out my blog and all of that, writing
Mm,
my certifications because Digital provided us with a lot of certifications on Azure, Google, GitHub Actions and all of that. So we did all of that and we passed. So that's how I got my first two tech jobs in a month. That was
oh,
November 2024. I got my first tech job that same month from Digital and Layer 3.
mm. Wow. So, how is it going now, managing those jobs? Have you dropped one, or are you still juggling it?
It's it's very busy for me. It's very busy.
Wow.
Honestly, you get to sink yourself inside. I
Mm,
I dropped Layer 3 and I got another job which was remote, right? So digital is remote. Um, my other job is also remote. So what I do there is basically cloud support. I
okay.
help them ensure that their infrastructures are up. I monitor every infrastructure that is running, monitor servers and all of that. I also do some basic deployment on AWS. So I dropped one and I got another one around this year, early this year, right? Because the layer three job was taking a lot from me. I was moving from mainland to island almost
Mm,
every day. It was so much, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot there.
from them.
Even while I was there. I was 3 months old there. Why they give me an intern to train? Just they took
Wow.
me as a graduate trainee, right? But I knew so much because of my background here at Editor. They were
Mm,
supposed to be the one to train me actually, but then they didn't see a need to train me anymore. So the NYC intern they brought there to come and train also, I was the one training them. Even the interns at the Abuja quarter, right? At the
yeah.
Abuja branch, I was the one training them. So while I was about to leave, they were like, "Oh, you can't leave now. You have to train these new people and all of that." So I just had
Mm,
to leave. So when I left, I got another remote job, and I also got a teaching. Before then, I was a teaching assistant with Digital.
yeah.
Then Digital also reached out again to handle a full cohort. So currently,
Okay.
I'm handling my own full cohort now,
Yeah.
and It's been wonderful.
Okay, so you are still doing 2 remote jobs right now?
Yes, 2 remote jobs right now.
Wow. So you left the physical one and replaced with a remote job. Interesting. So the question I want to ask you right now is that you study zoology, and this will apply to a lot of people who are listening to us. Right now, you are no longer at the point of, oh, how will I get a cloud job? You are working in the cloud. You have 2 cloud technical jobs that you are doing. So can we talk
Yes.
about this imposter syndrome thing? Like, how did you feel comfortable? Zoology, I guess maybe 4 years, and now you are working from home for 2 different companies as a cloud engineer, cloud support engineer. So how did you overcome imposter syndrome? How did you feel capable of doing this?
It was a real thing. Imposter syndrome was
Mm,
a real thing for me, right?
mm,
Every point in time, even if I got into cloud, I remember, how did I even get into cloud? I was just, my friend, my pastor was telling me about how I should get into tech. I was into business before then, get into tech. He
mm,
was like, okay, digital marketing is something I can do. I was like, no, no, that cause it's too saturated. Do not tell me that you're a digital marketing, and I was like, oh, no, I didn't really like it. So I was, when you start thinking of stuff, Instagram starts to show you stuff. And I saw
yes.
it that they're talking about 365, and like Microsoft TV. Okay, I joined 365, and on the way, my tutor then, Mrs. Jennifer, was a cloud engineer. She told me about cloud, and I was like, I studied about cloud and DevOps. I was really scared. I didn't feel I was going to be able to do it, but somehow my spirit was telling me, do this, but I didn't feel like, I felt DevOps was one very, I was considering DevOps like all this aeronautic engineering, all those kind of stuff. Like AI, how do I start this? So I was really feeling like I couldn't do it, but I got into it. I paid. I was now doing 2 courses. I was into Microsoft 365, and I was like, this is where I want to be. My heart was beating for it. So 2 months into Microsoft 365, I registered for DevOps, and it was going very, very, very fine, even though I felt like I couldn't do it. But because of this training structure at Digital, it was quite easy having a teaching assistant, having a tutor, having a career coach. There were times I met my career coach, Mr. Raphael. I always, if I message Mr. Raphael at 2 a.m., I don't know if he sleeps. I don't even know if he's Nigeria. I don't know. I just message him 2 a.m. He's responding on the spot. He will say, send me material, because he will tell me, message this person, let him know your issue. And I really got help from him at every time I faced several problems, because I was new to
Mm,
tech. It wasn't really easy at all. And also when certifications came, I felt like I really couldn't take the certification. Like, I don't think I'm there yet. I felt like I was the worst in my class, right? I was just like, what's going on here? I always felt scared. I always felt scared. And Mr. Raphael was always there for me. Mrs. Jennifer was always there for me. They gave me their own story, and I'll be motivated. After, as you can see, I have board here. These boards, Mr. Raphael
interesting.
motivated us then to get our boards, right?
Vision
Say,
board.
write your motivation, write what you want to
Yeah.
be, write vision board, exactly. So after I finish if I enter Mr. Raphael's class demotivated, I'm living like a lion. He's
Mm,
very, very blatant, he's very, very outspoken. He doesn't quote anything. If you
mm,
want to get, but when I'm leaving, I'm like, okay, yes, I can do this, I can do that. And I start strategizing, he has helped me a lot. He has helped me. The first interview I got was Mr. Raphael. I didn't think I could do it, but I think he gave a word for me, and he reached out to me after some my CV within an interview. It was very, very, very awesome. So it's a thing, but you just have to speak with people who are there. Don't feel like you can't. Of
mm,
course, nobody knows cloud from birds, right? You will face it,
mm,
but speak out. Speak to people who have been there. Have cloud people around you, right? Have
mm.
cloud people around you. You might never overcome it, but then speak to people, and they are definitely going to motivate you. The same way I motivate my students. People reach out to me and they are like, "This thing is to this." I was like, "What's there?" I water it down for them. I'm like,
Mm,
don't tell me you can't do this. They're like, oh, true, true. I really can do it. So it's just the
mm.
way to overcome imposter syndrome is to speak out. Let people tell you their story. You are going to see that people were worse than you. I've seen. You are going to see that people were really. Miss Bumi, who was my tutor, was a lawyer. She had nothing to do, and
Yes, Bumi is a
I look
lawyer.
up to her. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow, this woman is fantastic. Yes, she's a
yeah,
lawyer.
yeah.
She came into class, and I look up to her like, this is where you came from. I should be able to do this. I should be able. Why
Mm.
can't I do it? So I'm really, really, really motivated. So
Zoology is even
speak
closer,
out.
and zoology is science. Law is
Zoology is
art.
science.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very. And I'm a guy. I'm expected to be at least technical. right? I'm expected to at least know 1 or 2 with computer. Miss Bumi, women really don't really do much with computer like that. You just watch movies and
Yeah.
play. But Miss Bumi can do it. She's really, really, really there. She's there, right? She's there. So basically, that's it.
Interesting. Okay, so the last question, because of our time and others who are coming, the last question I want to ask you is that are there opportunities in the cloud? Because some people will just feel, oh, everybody is transitioning to tech. Oh, hey, tech is saturated. Is it true? Will there still be opportunities? So what can you say based on your own experience and the experience of your colleagues and students that you have helped as a teaching assistant, as a tutor? So just give us experiences around you.
Cloud is just cooking. Cloud is it's not a cooked food yet. It's just cooking. So, people,
Your network, we can't hear you. No, we can't. Mm. Hello? Hello, Wisdom. Wisdom's network. And he was answering a very important question there. I was asking him about, okay, you can talk now.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, can you hear
Very
me now,
good
sir?
now. Yeah, so you can just come over again and answer the question. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, cloud is just they just like consider cloud as a food. They just put it on fire. It's still cooking. It's not there yet. They are looking for people to come on. But like I said, where I worked earlier, they didn't find people like me who were trained. Like you are a young guy and you know cloud. How? They made me start to train people. Companies are going to train you, right? So companies are going to train so that you can work for them. When they have trained you, they will not let you leave. They will not give you out because they themselves, they need cloud engineers. There are not much of them. If you bring out so many tech persons, you hardly find cloud engineers with them. But they
Very
need these
true.
guys for real.
Very
Software
true.
engineers work with cloud. Software engineers these days, all these front and full stack, when they are done writing their code, they need somebody to deploy, they need somebody to scale, they need somebody to
Yeah,
ensure
so
that
some of them now have to go and
it's
learn the
being
cloud.
structured, it's being deployed in cloud. Yes,
Yeah.
now they are even software engineers are the one running into cloud. And many of them they have half-baked knowledge. They are using their previous knowledge to do cloud. They are not even as grounded. So
Yes.
at the end of the day, our clients as cloud engineers are software engineers. Our clients are software engineers, right? So we don't really move with one-on-one individuals. We work for companies, software engineers, banks, and all of that. So we don't have enough cloud engineers. If we need 1 million cloud engineers in Nigeria, I think we have just 15 or 200
Wow.
max. We don't have cloud engineers. They are needed. They are needed. So if you go to LinkedIn and check for cloud roles in Nigeria, you are going to see so much, so much. All you need is that we need to get certified. We need to learn this stuff, not theory. Editor teaches you practical. They just few theories. In digital, you learn practical. Like I said, when I go to my company, they were amazed. Like, how did I know this without having a very, very strong background?
Yeah.
And in 2 months, I was training people. Yes.
Yeah, because what happened is that we used to tell people that when you go through the 6 months program in digital, your competency and skill set is equal to someone that's been working in cloud for like 3 to 5 years. And it's because of the projects that have been deployed. So somebody might say, oh, in 6 months, yes, because you go through a lot of projects that anybody who sees what you are doing, they wouldn't know that it was just 6 months ago that you came into the class. So thank you very much, Wisdom. It's always a wonderful time having you here. Maybe the next time you come again, you will tell me that you've gotten the third remote job. Just take it easy, right? Have a wonderful time. Right. So that was Wisdom there, sharing with us his journey and his experience in the cloud. Right. So we had Wisdom there, running us through his journey. Right. So Before we bring on the next person, I will be sharing a few things about the training with us that I couldn't do during the course of the session. So we have a few things to share with us about the training itself. So I will do that for like 5 minutes, and I'll bring the next students to talk to us, and I will answer your questions. So for those of you who are dropping questions, just relax. We'll take all your questions. In digital, we are a very detailed set of people. So about the training starts next week, Saturday, which is January 3. January 3, yeah. You have to enter the year with a blast, right? So you start powerfully. So training starts next week, Saturday, January 3. What are the training days? Training days are Saturday and Tuesdays. On Saturdays, the training starts 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on Saturdays. And on Tuesdays, the trainings are 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. In case you don't know, the training is 100% online, but it's project-based. Project-based, and you also get a lot of certifications along the line. Now, deadline for registration is still the same next week, Saturday, but I will advise you to try to register, let's say by Friday, because we have people already on ground who have registered before we even had this webinar. So we don't want to, a situation whereby you might miss out. So it will still be Saturday, but to be on a safer side, try to do it earlier. So Saturday, January 3, that is training starts and registration closes that day, right? So about the training, the classes are 100% online, but they are practical. Classes are recorded and the replay is made available. The replay is made available. The rest assured of that. Let me show you. I don't know if I have the time, but I might show you. Let me just show you and just so that you understand how we work, how we operate in digital. So I need to understand how we operate in digital. So all the classes. Now don't forget the classes are live classes, and the live classes are recorded. So we don't give you recorded videos. No, the classes are live. Then the live classes are recorded. So if you're in the live class and you want to watch the class again, you can always do that again and again. So that's how it works. It doesn't mean that when you get in training, we just give you videos. No, we don't do that. We are practical people in digital, very practical, right? Very, very practical. So let me share this with you so that you understand what I'm talking about. So you can see these are the recorded videos. The PDFs they are also there too. So you can see every GIT, Linux, Command, peer session, course management. They are live classes that are held, but they are also recorded. So that's very important to make that clarification. Now there's a teaching assistant. You've been hearing about teaching assistant. This teaching assistant, aside your technical class, the teaching assistant helps you if you have any challenge, you are stuck. You are trying to do a project, you are trying to work something. So they work Mondays to Saturdays to help you out with any challenges you might have. So all you just have to do is to chat them up. At times they can do a personal one-on-one video with you, Zoom with you to resolve that challenge. So aside your training days, if you have challenges, you can always reach out to the teaching assistant for other things. So we are very detailed and very structured because this is the missing link. Many people attend training and in the class, they don't talk. When they are now doing the assignment or the project, they get stuck. There's nobody to turn to. and they just abandon the training. Say, that is a scam. Is that they are just doing rubbish there. But here in digital, we are very detailed. One thing you can be sure about it is that we are a detailed set of people. Right? Then you have a career coach. During the course of your training, you have career coaching classes. So your career coach will teach you all the CV revamp, LinkedIn optimization, interview prep, how to apply to remote job. Like Mary said, she got her first job through a WhatsApp group. So also teach you how to network communities, how to join tech communities. So transitioning to tech is a whole universe. And when you go about it from different angles, you will always find your way, right? There are opportunities there. So this is like an overview of the program. As I call on the next students to come on and share with us, right? To come on and share with us. So while we are waiting for the next student to come on board, let me take time and answer some of your questions. Some of your questions. So some of your questions, right? Somebody saying the project you mentioned while learning, how does it look like? What kind of project? Don't worry about that. There are many projects, but there are projects on Azure, there are projects on AWS. And during the course of the training, you will take these projects, but we could also list out some of them during the week, right? We could list out some of these projects during the week for you, right? So that is very important. Okay, someone is asking how much does it cost to register? Oh, very important question. I even forgot that. Forgot that. So if you register between now and next week Friday, you will just pay 350,000 naira, which is a 50% discount, right? Is a 50% discount because this course is actually 350 pounds. But if you are registering right now, whether you are registering from the UK or from Canada or from US, all you just have to pay is 350 pounds for that, right? And for those who want to do instrumental payment, it's a bit higher if you are doing instrumental payment. So for one-time payment is just 350,000 naira. And don't forget, this 350,000 naira, you will not pay any other amount again. You're not going to pay any other thing. This is why it's actually 350 pounds, but for those of you in Nigeria here, we are just doing it for 350,000 naira. But if you are doing instrumental payment, you pay 250K now, and you pay 200,000 naira by February ending, right? So you end up paying 425,000 naira, right? So for those who want to quickly pay, since you're already talking about payment, right? So this is the account details. It will still be shared on the group. This is the account details. Digital Consulting, Providus Bank. Those who want to quickly pay and take advantage of the 50% promo. Now, like I said, you are not going to pay any amount of money again after this payment. You won't pay any other thing again. And this payment entitles you to everything: career coaching, teaching assistant, technical classes, and some of the free vouchers that we obtain for certifications. It entitles you to everything. So we are not the kind of people that when you pay, when you now get into the program, now say, oh, there's another thing to pay for. No, we don't do all that there, right? So if you want to make inquiries and you make payments, here's the number to chat up with: +234 8077587734. And yeah, there's another line that I would share on the group too, but let me try to share it here. Let me share the number here. Right, so let me share the number. Yeah, okay, I'll find time and share the number before we go. Right, so that being said, let me bring on Blessing. Blessing is one of our students, and he will be here tonight to share his experience with the digital training. So that's very important. I'm trying to bring on Blessing here. Right? So Blessing will be joining us. He's an digital alumni and he's doing very great stuff. He's doing very great stuff. So I'm bringing on Blessing Igudu. Right. So let's have him here. Bringing on Blessing. Hey, sorry. So your questions while I'm waiting for Blessing to join us. I've answered the question of how much to register. How much to register. So the payment is for cloud and DevOps. The payment is for cloud and DevOps. So the payment is for cloud and for DevOps. The payment is for cloud and DevOps. So for those who are asking what the payment is about, there's no age limit for this training. You can work as a consultant even if you don't want to work at an organization. You can work as a consultant. So there is no age limit here. You can work as a consultant and get jobs. Okay, can work as a consultant. Okay. So he said the first installment is 225,000 naira. The second installment is 200,000 naira. So if you are doing instrumental payment, there's just a little difference of 75,000 naira on it, right? So the account number was shared. So someone is asking what's the difference between cloud. So cloud is a platform. Cloud is a platform. DevOps is the methodology. Cloud is the platform. DevOps is the methodology. That's the way it works. Cloud is the platform. DevOps is the methodology. Cloud is the platform. DevOps is the methodology. Okay, how about those who don't have knowledge on Linux? How are they going to catch up with admin? Don't worry about that. Everything you need to know will teach you. Don't bring problems. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Like, you see, people study zoology, people study law, people study all these things. They've learned this thing. So if we tell you, just come ready to learn, we will take it up from there. Right. So good evening, Blessing. Thank you for coming around tonight. We appreciate your time. Right.
Good evening.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm fine. Happy Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Except that we didn't see any gifts from you. You know, it's unboxing day where we unbox gifts. Right. So let's get to meet you. Who is Blessing and what do you do? Let's get to know more about you. Yeah.
Okay, all right. My name is Blessing Aelu. I am a cloud DevOps engineer. I studied human anatomy in graduate, yes. So after I finished school, I finished my service. Then I came across, I was like, I wanted to transition into tech. Then I came across Digital on social media, on Facebook. So I read about it. I also attended the webinar then, and where we are briefed about what the program was all about. So I registered for the program and I started my journey into cloud computing. So it has been a great one so far. While I was doing the program, I got an internship, and immediately after the program, I got my first job. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Okay, we'll come to that. So, my first question is, what convinced you to register for the program? Because I must have done a webinar like this from my house. And why did you make that decision to register?
Okay, when I was looking forward to transition into tech, I've like read about it, and it was something that I found passionate about. And when I registered for the program, I was sent the curriculum, so I went through it, and I made my research as well. After I made my research, I was like, okay, this is the right path for me, because I was when I transitioned into tech, I was like trying to choose between quality assurance, and cloud. So when I compared the two and did my research, I decided to join the program. And yeah.
Okay, so it's more about research. Okay.
Yeah.
So how was the training? Sincerely, how was the training? Like, how did it go? The 6 months of the training.
Okay, it was fantastic. Like, if I begin to describe everything about it, we wouldn't leave this place today. First off, we had amazing tutors that taught us, directed us. They held us by the hands, especially we that don't have any background in tech. So they held us by the hand, and they guided us to transition into cloud computing. We had our classes, we were given assignments to submit. We were also introduced to having our own blogs where we do our assignments, write about it, and also post it on LinkedIn, to create awareness. We also taught LinkedIn optimization, how to monetize, how to like use our LinkedIn to the full potential. And also we had our career coaching sessions where we're taught, on certifications to take, how to read, and how to prepare, how to it's just to encourage us to never give up, because it's not an easy journey and you need someone to keep encouraging you. So Hejita provided that for us. We also had our teaching assistants who we always reached out to if we encountered one or two challenges. And yeah, we were guided. We also had our teachers that were really, really, they were soft spoken. They were like very, really patient with us, because it was something we're new to. So yeah, so that's the experience. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the job. From human anatomy to getting an internship and getting a job. So can you just describe to me how the journey was from applying, interview, like how the whole thing went? Yeah.
Okay, another thing that Hejita also taught me, I learned from Hejita, was confidence, especially in interviews. Yeah, in attending interviews, and in also writing a very good, clean CV. So while I was doing my Hejita program, I got an internship offer while still doing the program. So before I finished the program, I was like halfway through my internship, where I also was getting an experience along the training. So after the training and everything, I got a remote job, which I was doing before I now relocated with my family out of Nigeria. And after I relocated, within 4 months, I landed a gig, another job as a cloud admin in the country that I am in right now. And yeah, so Digital taught, and if you go through my LinkedIn, you will see that it is like really professional, because I learned that from Mr. Raphael, who taught us on how to use our LinkedIn to a great advantage, and also to write a proper CV. And yeah, that's where I don't really have many words right now. Yeah.
Yeah, congrats on that. Yeah, I get. So I would just ask it this way, that did you get those opportunities by going out looking for jobs, or your LinkedIn attracted people to you?
My LinkedIn attracted people to me. Another thing again was certifications. Yes, I started taking certifications at Digital because, we're always encouraged during the career coaching sessions to always take certifications. We're also sent certifications, and Mr. Refe was always following us. Like he didn't want us to rest until we have something. He wanted us to be up and going. So I got some certification while on the program. And even after the program, I was still on LinkedIn. I was still, writing certification. So certification also helped me, also personal studying, because I already have the fundamental knowledge. So I had to dive deep, did my own reading and my own research. And yeah, so that was what helped me.
Yeah, thank you very much, Blessing, for your time, and on a Boxing Day for coming around and sharing your experience to inspire people. I really appreciate. Regards to the family, and do have a wonderful time. Yeah, bye.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
You're welcome. Yeah. So that was a Blessing right there, sharing her experience with us. Sharing our experience with us, and it was a wonderful time from developing our portfolio, developing our profile on LinkedIn, and getting internship, getting jobs, and it's been a wonderful journey. So I'll be bringing on Wona, right? Mr. Anthony. But Mr. Anthony, please just give me 2 or 3 minutes. I have quite a lot of questions here, and I quickly want to answer some of these questions. You don't need a tech background. The teaching assistant will hold you by the hand all through the 6 months. Cloud and DevOps, they are the same thing. You learn the two in the course of digital. I'm over. No, you have a chance. Age doesn't matter, right? Age doesn't matter, right? So that's it. No, there's no programming. We don't teach programming with this course because you don't need programming, right? AWS, that's Isaac, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform, right? Google Cloud Platform. So I can just tell you about Microsoft Azure and AWS. We teach the two because you might get some jobs and they want somebody that knows AWS. You get some jobs, they want somebody that knows Azure. So we just teach you the two. But those companies, they are everywhere. There are some companies that use AWS, there are some companies that use Azure. So it's just best you learn the two, and that's what we teach you in digital. We teach you everything so that you are not shortchanged, right? You need a laptop. You need a laptop. 8 gig RAM and above, that's fine. Doesn't matter whether it's Dell or HP or anything. As long as 8 gig RAM and above, we are good to go. Right? Don't worry, Felix Chime, the instrumental payment is 225, 200,000 after 2 months. That's by February ending 200,000 balance. If you are doing one-time payment, you just pay your 350 and you can save the 75,000 naira. Don't forget that when you are registering for this program, you are actually paying 50% discount. You are paying 350,000 naira instead of 350 pounds, right? So very important. The money is 350,000 naira. Right, we share internship opportunities with you, as you have heard. There are people that get internship opportunities, right? So we always share those opportunities with you, right? I've explained Linux. You don't need knowledge of Linux. When you get in, you get the payment is for both cloud and DevOps. The payment is for both clouds and DevOps. The training is for 6 months. Right? We teach you visa sponsorship too during the course of the training. Not that we sponsor your visa, we teach you. So you will now do the rest of the job. So let me bring on Mr. Anthony so that I don't delay him. I will answer your questions later. So, Mr. Anthony, you are welcome. Thank you for coming around tonight on Boxing Day. Thank you for coming up tonight on Boxing Day. I just sent him a request now. Let me send again. Okay. Okay, joining us. Good evening, sir. Joining us. Yeah, good evening, sir. You're welcome to the session tonight. We're waiting for you to join us.
Okay, hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening, sir. I can hear you, though I can't see
Yes.
your face.
Oh, okay, all right, a minute.
Okay, sir.
All right, my camera is up now.
Okay, good evening. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, good. So, because of our time, I might just ask you different questions from what I've
It's okay, sir.
asked the other people. So, my first question will be, can someone without a tech background excel in this course in 6 months? Yeah.
I say capital. I say capital yes.
So why? Why do you think so?
Yes, I haven't gone through the training myself, and in my cohort we have a doctor.
Wow.
We have teachers, and we also have people who are already in tech, but in the traditional tech, like myself. We have, in fact, 90% I can say of my cohorts are non-tech.
Wow.
They're not in tech. Only a few of us were in tech, and Mary used us very well. So we're just supporting each other because it broke us into group and all of that. So we're giving each other supporting hand. We who have how do I say, a glimpse, maybe have little knowledge, little background here. We're just assisting each other, and the training was superb. So it is, I can say, capital yes. You can get into it without tech background. Yes, sir.
Okay, interesting. So, what did you study and what were you doing before Agital? Let's go to that area.
Good. I'm a computer. I studied computer science. I'm a graduate of computer science from university, and I work as IT support. As that's why I say traditional IT support. You know, on-premise, dragging cable here and there, supporting users and all this physically. Then I guess there should be more. You know, we see all these things physically. So I will have this quest to see the other side of it, which is cloud. So even myself, I don't have any knowledge in cloud. That's why I say without tech knowledge, it's a different ball game altogether, from on-premise to cloud, just like you said, to the cloud platform and all of that. So it's new thing altogether. So without tech background, or you have a glimpse of a little background, you are good to go into tech. So that's basically what I do before then. So.
Okay, so my next question is, how did you get your first tech or your first cloud job after the training? Because you had been doing support. So how were you able to transition to cloud?
Okay, first, it helped me in my organization because I work with a finance organization. Most of our platforms were, like I said, on-premise and all of that. So like some of the applications we use, I was part of the team, you know, from IT support, I'm now cloud engineer. So the status changed to cloud engineer. So I was part of the team that deploy some of our, you know, on-premise stuff to the cloud, applications to the cloud, especially the Jira and all of that, some other platforms that we mentioned here now. So I was part of the team who transitioned those things to cloud. So for me, it's a transition from on-premise to cloud engineer. Then my goal, everybody have different goals anyways. My goal is to become a consultant, like you mentioned earlier, to become a consultant, to become a big voice in the field in future. So if you permit me, maybe later I will motivate because I'm a motivational speaker too. So I'll talk to my people too. So you set goals. Here you set goals. So after that, currently, how I landed my other job was just talking to colleagues and all of that. My language changed. That's what Hijita would do for you. My language changed, the knowledge, the skills. So you guys say, wow. So as I speak, so in a nutshell, I'm a consultant to Union Bank. So
Wow.
here on DevOps engineer. So when they need me, they just give me a call. I get in there. I get my pay instantly. So this one is not go come. So that is what this skill can give you. And so maybe when you finish the question, I'll talk to my people another time. So thank you very much.
I think because of our time at this point,
okay.
Just advise. What words do you have for our listeners? Like,
good.
Just pour out your heart and talk to them.
Okay. All right. Generally, basically, you see, if you don't plan, we have resolutions years after years and all of that. If I ask everyone that we have resolution, I will advise you, please, as you make the plans, pray, plan, and prepare for it. Take the bites. In fact, take more than you can chew, and God will help you. So ensure you go for it. Pray, plan, and prepare, and just plunge into it. It's not going to be easy. So let me put it simple here. Depth of engineering is not a rocket science, which means it's not difficult. And on the other hand, it's not a Ponzi scheme. So thus, give yourself time, go. That's why I mentioned time. Set goals for yourself. Mine is 5 years goals. Within this 5 years, already I'm consulting for somebody, but that is not where I want to stop. I want to go bigger. So give yourself time. Don't rush. Why some persons get frustrated? Even my cohort, I take that no, is because they think you just get rich quick, sharp. As I go, no. Some you can get job immediately. Some it may be later. It's not when you left university you got a job. Let's call it spade a spade. So, but just give yourself time, learn, acquire the skill, get certified. Certification is just to validate it. For me, I did not do certification concurrently because of my job. So I did after. I reached out to Mary and she advised me, said, "Guy, take it slow." So she put me through. I did certification after. And it's helped me. And even before that, I had got upliftment in my job. I've got, you understand, consultancy, even with that certification. So the first thing first, please, get the skill. Do your assignment, do your projects, and build your portfolio. Job will run after you. As the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Here I will say, seek ye first the skill. Build on yourself, upskill yourself. Take this as an opportunity. And I thank God this training is starting at the appropriate time. Don't just make that resolution. Launch into the ocean. Hit the ground like Tinubu and start running. Like our president said, hit the ground and start running in January.
Start running.
You will not regret you did with digital consulting. Yes. What helped me? Yes. On hands-on projects, supportive instructor. She would take you like a baby. Even with that, I have little knowledge. It took us like babes and suckling, and she brought us up.
Did Mary teach you?
Yes.
Were you taught by Mary?
Mary was my teacher. Was my tutor.
Oh, interesting.
She's the best. She's the best.
You taught you people like nursery students.
Nursery, like from preliminary, like, no, she's good. She's good at what she does. I'm not saying this for favor on anything. Mary is good at what she does. So please, my friends out there, my brothers and sisters, take this seriously. You will never regret you did. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Anthony. I'm really inspired. It's like I will even go and learn this your cloud so that I can start getting jobs with mine will be World Bank.
The sky is enough for everyone to fly, sir. In fact,
right. So regards to the family. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having
us
me
tonight. I really appreciate you, sir.
Welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah. So that was Mr. Anthony there. So I'll be bringing on Isaac. Isaac, please just give me 3 minutes to answer the questions. The questions just keep coming. All right. So you need a laptop. So that's it. You need a laptop or a desktop. So that's it. We don't lie here. So anybody telling you that you will learn with phone is deceiving you. So that's it. The training is Saturdays and Tuesdays. Saturdays 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Tuesdays 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Right? Osaretin is saying that I didn't talk about GCP, right? Because AWS and Microsoft, they are the major ones. GCP is very small. So what we do for you is that we give you materials on GCP. Once you have learned Azure and you have learned AWS, learning GCP is very easy. So we give you the materials, you just navigate the platform, and GCP is nothing. So we teach you the most important things, what you really need, right? So you hardly ever hear that any organization is using GCP. So we are not theoreticians. We're not storytellers here. We are into reality. What is in the market? That is what we teach you, right? So cloud definitely has more entry roles. The webinar replay will be shared. You don't need knowledge of programming. Stop listening to people. We have been around for more than 6 years now. We have trained thousands of people. We have helped a lot of people to transition. So just like Mr. Anthony said, certifications are good, but they are not the most important thing. So try to listen to people who have been doing it, people who run an institution, people who produce. There are many things I couldn't even say tonight. There's a multinational that they recruit a lot of our students every year. As we are going into next year now, they will recruit a lot of our students. But I can't mention their name publicly. So we are telling you this is how it is. This is how it is. Right? So don't listen to people who just say one thing. Right? You don't need programming. You don't need to be a Linux programmer. You just need a little knowledge of Linux, and that little knowledge will be taught to you. You'll be taught in the program, right? So you see, let me just say this, right? Don't always look for obstacles to where you are going to. Always look for the pathway to where you are going to. All these people here tonight, like Mr. Anthony, 90% of the students in the class did not have a tech background. They didn't know tech, talk less of knowing Linux. So, but they just entered into it, and look at what they are doing today. So all those people are trying to is a lie. It's not rocket science. You just need an 8 gig RAM laptop or higher. That's it. Teofila is saying, how can I be certain you'll be in Mary's class? That's why we brought Mary. We have other tutors. So let me explain. So Mary will be your tutor. Wisdom will be your teaching assistant. That's why we brought them. That's how it happens, right? So but all our tutors are good. The reason why we brought Mary is because she will be the one that will teach this cohort. So you'll be taught by Mary. Don't worry about that. The account details will be shared on the group, right? So sorry, Isaac, I took your time. Right. So Isaac, thank you very much. So we're having Isaac finally tonight, and we can go and sleep. The webinar replay will be shared. So Isaac, I've sent you a request. Right. I've sent you a request. Right. So you're welcome, Mr. Isaac. Happy Boxing Day. Happy Boxing Day to you. You're welcome, sir. Good evening, sir. How are you doing today?
Yes, sir. I'm fine, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Loud and clear. So let's get to know you. Introduce yourself to us, who you are, and what you currently do. Over to you.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Isaac Divine. I'm a cloud engineer. Currently, I'm working with a company based in US and also in Israel. So I work as a freelancer in the company. So, yeah.
Interesting. So you are one of Donald Trump's people. So what were you doing before the digital training?
Okay. Before the digital training, I was a veterinary doctor.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a veterinary doctor. I graduated from the university 2023. Then I did my NYC for 1 year. So towards the end of my NYC, I enrolled for the course. And always I've been a fan of tech, even while studying veterinary medicine. So it's just that veterinary medicine didn't give me that luxury of time. Anything medicine related takes your time. It takes your time. So it didn't give me that luxury of time. I had to be done with it first. for me to actually get some good grade. Then when I was trying to, venture into cloud, I was just checking around. I came across digital consulting adverts on Facebook. Then I checked their pages on just like what you did earlier. I did a background check to know what I'm paying for. I checked their Instagram page, check the reviews on the Google to see the rating, what people are talking about. And after everything, I joined the webinar too, something like this. I joined the webinar. So after the webinar, I joined, I paid, and yeah.
Wow. You know what? I've just been wowed because from veterinary medicine to tech, like for me, you know how many years you have spent in university doing vet? I have
Yeah,
friends who are
I
vet doctors.
spent
So for me, it
I
was
spent
just
I spent
almost
7 years in
7 years.
school.
7 years now. Like that's interesting. So how was the
Yeah.
training like?
Um, Honestly speaking, it's not an easy course. It's quite hectic. But it's not that I'm a superwoman. Other people are doing it. People are going and coming out. So definitely it's doable. So yeah, it's interesting.
Wow, interesting. So who was your tutor?
Ah, my tutor was Mrs. Mary.
Okay.
She, yeah, she really, really tried. She was in depth in all the courses, the assignments, the group work and everything. And I think even after that, I kept communicating. I was in contact with her. When I don't know, maybe I'm talking too much. Let me allow you lead
No, no,
me.
no, no, no. You are free. We are free. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think when I was job hunting, I think after our program, because I enrolled for October 2024 batch. So it's a 6 month program. I think we finished around May, something like I don't know. So since that time, I tried to put up some projects because what I normally do, and based on what Mr. Raphael taught us that day, I really appreciate the career coaching sections. So what I do is that after learning a particular tool, I try to measure everything. I go to ChatGPT. I try to, generate a project that is of industry standard, and I try to do it. And I also write a blog about it with the way they taught us how to write blog and everything, annotate, to make sure that you did it. And after that, I post it on my LinkedIn and everything. Funny enough, my first series of interviews I got that year was for a senior Devops role
Wow.
from a company in UK. So the man, yeah, I think the man was a VP, their technical session in one of the big companies. I think I've forgotten, but I think I've stayed in the industry more than 20 to 30 years. So they were just looking for somebody. But it was like my project caught his attention. I said, okay, fine. I didn't get a job, but it was a nice experience for me. I
Gave
interacted
you
with him.
confidence.
Yeah,
It
I
gave you
interacted with him.
confidence. Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that was how it went. Then I started, and then the academy, Habitat Consulting Group, posted something on the group chat. They normally, post jobs on the group chats. People that are interested, will apply, and they also offer internship or they try to place some of their students. Then I don't know whether it was you that I think it should be you that there's an opening in Abuja here that because
Yeah.
I stay in Abuja. There's
Yeah.
an opening. I went to the company. I went for the interview. They asked me to resume work, but it didn't resonate with what I was looking for. I had to reject the offer. I had to reject the offer politely. So yeah, it has been a nice experience so far.
Interesting. So how did you get your first job? Because I understand you did it. You started October last year. You finished May this year. So how did you get your first cloud job? Mm,
Yeah, okay. I was very, very active on LinkedIn. Like
mm,
everything Mr. Raphael was saying, I did my certification. I even went beyond what was taught in class. I wrote my KCNA for Kubernetes. I
mm,
and I was able to get the scholarship that there was a window for that. So I was lucky. I was among the group. So I passed and everything. I added to my LinkedIn. All those things Mr. Ravi was saying, it was really helpful. Then this job that I'm currently in, I saw the opening on Twitter. Then normally, you know how Mr. Rafi says you should, be looking for places, searching the latest. Also, I applied. They go back to me. We did the interview. They explained the whole thing to me, and that was how it is. That's where I am today.
Interesting. What about the Israeli job?
No, I said the company is like they are the place in is one company, but they have office in Israel, they have office in
US. Oh wow. And how has it been so far? It's one thing to get a job, it's another thing. How is the job going?
Yeah, it's fine. So far it's fine. So far it's fine.
So when are your work times?
No, normally they it's tax big, so they'll send you tax, they will tell you how, So
okay.
The company basically what I do is like in charge of maybe if they have any issue with maybe a pipeline or anything, they will just send in the ticket to me via my mail and my WhatsApp. They send the ticket to me. So if it's urgent, it's something that I have to do maybe in the next 1 hour or two. I have to, quickly reply them and try to find solution and all of that. So that's how it is.
But with the training that you did, how did you find the work when you started doing the work? How did you find it?
The training was very, 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 very deep. Like Mrs. Mary taught us like what she taught us was, very, very, it's very good. It's very good. And I keep, falling back to her. I think we normally talk. I think once in a while I do call her too. So she's really good with that. She's really good with that.
Interesting, because one thing about us is that even when people get jobs, they can always be supported. Mary is there, Bumi is there, Wisdom is there. I think Patrick is there, so we can always be supported. So thank you very much for coming around tonight, and wishing you greater exploits in the coming year. From height to height. Yeah, keep going higher. Yeah, bye.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye. Yeah. So that was Isaac. He finished his training in May this year, and he's already working with a US company. People are still asking the same questions. It's a 6 months training. The tuition cost is 350,000 one-time payment. If you are doing two-time payment, 225,000 and 100,000. So that is 425,000 for two-time payment, right? The duration is 6 months. We help you to get a job, Joshua, right? We help you to get a job. We support you all the way, but we don't hand a job and give you a job like this. But we support you as you're getting the job. Just like you've heard, Mary is there, Wisdom is there, Bumi is there. All these people, we post job opportunities, we post internship opportunities. We help you with your CV, your LinkedIn, interview prep, remote job website. So we keep supporting you. So when your training is done, it doesn't end. You keep getting support. Now, for the certification, people are like, we look for free vouchers for you, and we share those vouchers on the group. So aside the training fee, you don't pay any other fee. You don't pay any other fee. So take note. So someone is asking, is the certification is the 350K? Yes. So we source for free vouchers for you for these project-based certifications. And that's just it. So you don't pay another money for certifications again. No. Right. So that's it. Kingsley, you say you're just coming in. So we teach AWS and we teach Microsoft Azure. We give you materials for Google Cloud Platform, right? That's it. Finally, for those of us, I think I need to share this with us once again. Right, so this is the account details. If you are paying for the program, this is the account details. And this is the WhatsApp number to chat, to register for the program. That's the WhatsApp. So there's another WhatsApp line that I need to give you so that you can chat up on any of the WhatsApp lines. So there's a second one, and this will also go a long way. So this is the second one, plus 2. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this will go. Okay, plus 234 907 993 7803. So any of these WhatsApp lines will do. WhatsApp, please. WhatsApp. Right? And this is the account details to make payment to. Like I said, training starts next week, Saturday. Registration closes same day. Training starts next week, Saturday. Registration closes same day. So take note of that. And so this is it. So let me see if I'll just take 3 more questions and that's it for tonight. Right. So Joshua, you can register now. You said you regretted not enrolled last year. People that enrolled last year are already working. So it's up to you. Right. So yeah. So the recording, someone is asking, the recording be provided? Yes, it will be provided. Right. So thank you, people. You have a wonderful time. See you all in the class. So you can WhatsApp any of these lines for inquiries, for registration. WhatsApp. So give you one word. Don't give in to analysis. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. Right? Like someone is saying, I wanted to register last year. Those who registered last year, they're already working in tech now. So see you all in the class. Bye for now. Bye.